A quick little update today. The Season 2 PTR has been updated with Wave 3. That brings Cross World Outpost Rush, as well as some changes to the Sandworm. So let's jump in and let's talk about them. So I'm not 100% sure when this is actually going live. I think it's going live in about half an hour. I think it's going live at like 8 AM UK time, but it's 12 PM Pacific time. Well, that's actually when the downtime is. Either way, soon. And then there's a couple of things that they are actually changing. This one will be a favorite because I know a lot of people are experiencing this at the minute. They have fixed an issue that caused butterfly wing VFX to grow over time. So for some reason, on some people's accounts, little butterflies are turning very, very large and it looks sort of really awful. And then they have AI updates, which is where they're putting the worm. Now, they're not actually adding any mechanics like we thought they would. That was apparently what they said in the Forged in Eternum. Now, maybe they are, but you know, maybe it's just not here. But either way, this is what they're doing. They reduced the detonation time of the sandworm pellet bombs from 15 to 12 seconds. They've reduced the sandworm vulnerability from thrust weapons from 0.2 to 0.1. Basically, you pretty much had to use thrust because it was just too effective. You just might as well. They've sort of toned that down a little bit. Whether or not that'll still be enough to get any of the other weapons in, we'll have to wait and see. They've increased the duration of the acid line left from the sandworm acid spew attack from 3 to 6. Now, those are basically the attacks that go all big line that goes all the way across. They've increased the time of that, so a little bit harder to maybe get on the lights. Got to be a little bit more aware of your positioning maybe. Ultimately, whilst they might be fine, I don't know if all the changes that are coming, they sort of implied there would be new attacks and stuff like that. That's not here, but maybe we'll see it at some point. They've also basically tuned up the Horde Master boss in the Hatchery Season Trial. I mean, they said that this was supposed to be easy, but maybe it was too easy. They've increased the damage of the Grunt by 50%, increased the Hatchet Bomb by 50%, increased the damage from the second hit of the Feral Rush by 65%, and they've increased the total health by 50%. That will make it harder, no doubt about that. Whether or not it'll be that significant, who knows. A couple of changes to Outpost Rush which are interesting. They've halved the personal points awarded for player damage from 0.01 to 0.005. That's interesting. They've increased the amount of damage. They've increased the amount of score that you get from AI kills from 10 to 20. And they've increased personal score for capture point contests from 0.2 to 0.3. All round decent changes. The damage one is a little bit worrying because you need to make up those points elsewhere, but okay, fair enough. I'm a bit worried that you're sort of hurting the solo player experience because what solo players really are doing right now are like they're getting a range attack and they're standing at the back and they're getting their points. So you could just be making a worse time inadvertently there, but we'll see. Fixed an issue with the 3v3 and HUD and scoreboard if somebody came in and was backfilled into the match. Okay, fair enough. One little interesting one here is the fact that they have changed the focused attribute progression bonus at 50 and 200 from line tension, which was bugged, and now it will increase the chance of catching larger fish. I sort of wonder if they changed it because it was bugged and they couldn't fix it, or they realized it was actually just terrible anyway. Either way, that'll be good for catching larger fish, I would assume. I'm not really a fisherman, so I don't really know. A couple of extra fixes which I'm not really going to dwell on too much, but they are again changing the Flamekeeper season trial. I'm not quite sure that why this one wasn't with the other season trial bit, but maybe I'm just missing something obvious. They reduced the damage from the meteor shower by 10%. And they've adjusted the meteor shower, so now it's cast at the target's position at the time of the cast versus like when the spell first spawns. Basically, it gives you time to move away, which if it is the attack that I think it was, where it's the boss that's like raining fire down all the time, that was effectively wiping the group because people wouldn't realize that it was coming and you had no real time to get out of the way. Hopefully that sort of makes that a little bit easy and a little bit more sensible to deal with. And yeah, as I said, this one actually does bring Cross World Outpost Rush, but it's actually not in the list. Now, they are going to be opening another PTR. They've got US East PTR 1 and US East PTR 2. There will have to be some kind of scheduled event for this. Either they themselves will make an event or the community will make an event. But at some point, somebody's going to try and make an event because it's going to be difficult to get 32 people just to actually try that casually. So we'll see. I suspect that'll be coming momentarily, maybe in the next day or two. Okay, oddly, I need to go to work. So that's the end of this video. Let me know your thoughts about those changes. The worm boss is getting harder. We'll see if it makes a huge difference. Are they actually going to add new mechanics? We'll find out. Cross World Outpost Rush. I'm excited for it, but let's see it in action. Big shout out to my YouTube members and my Twitch followers. Much love to you guys. I hope you have a most beautiful day. Like and subscribe. Goodbye.